Asked parent why her children were not coming to school. Parent said, I don't have a car. If you want them to come to school, you take them. Explained that if transportation is an issue, we can provide a bus. Parent said, the only thing I'm going to bust is your face if you don't get out of my yard.
Zendaya is now going to be the ambassador of Louis Vuitton. So why wouldn't you sit her?
Because they cut him out of the deal. Her being an ambassador for the brand now means that they no longer need him. I don't think he's upset just because of a seat. Like, this is clearly a power move. Like, it's not a coincidence that Zendaya has to be sitting right next to her, and then Law has no seat, but he doesn't know this until he comes there. Because, I mean, it looks like he didn't know until he got there. This was a power move. Mind you, Zendaya isn't the first person. Anya Taylor-Joy, who he styled literally to perfection. As soon as she got that Dior deal, Law was no longer her stylist. And guess who owns Dior? You guessed it, LVMH. Y'all, this was a power move. I think this is what he meant by behind the scenes politics.
We need to stop looking at influencers who obviously have a lot of genetic.
The video I just did, she's talking about like not listening to people with a genetic advantage, about like how they got that advantage. Like if they, like someone with clear skin tries to make a video about how to have clear skin. I fucking second that, because if an Ethiopian woman or a South African woman comes on your page and tries to tell you how they built their butt in the gym, keep scrolling. She's lying to you. There was no building. You know who built it? Her mother. Her mom built that shit when she was in the womb. Ignore her.
Because people are saying that they don't want to have kids because they don't want their kids to grow up in poverty or riddled with trauma the way that they did, because nothing in their life has changed significantly enough for them to give their children different lives than the ones that they were given growing up. And they understand what those lives lead to because they are currently living and dealing with the consequences of that. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to have kids that you know you can't afford. No one's telling other people not to do that, but if somebody wants to make that decision for themselves, that's not eugenics. That's wanting to end the suffering and pain. Because if I were to have a child right now, they wouldn't be the only ones who suffer. I would suffer with them. But I just finished with my suffering and I finally found peace. Why would I want to re-engage with the suffering if I don't have to?